Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the April meeting of the Hong Kong Study Circle and Philatelic Society Zoom meeting sponsored by the Federation of Inter-Asian Philately. I'm very happy actually to see so many members here attending the meeting, and I think we have got a very long agenda tonight. Several members would like to present something. And so I think without further ado, I would like to invite Sarah Harvey from Australia to show her material. Sarah, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I hope so.
Right. I'm going to stop sharing. So
okay.
If you want to put up your material. Okay. Right. Where are you?
Okay, can you see it?
Nope.
Oh no.
Well, you can put it on your desktop, and then,
I've got it on.
Yeah, and then there's a little square, and then you press share.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you get a green border around what you're actually showing. Right. Okay.
If you click on your display, Sarah, it should come up.
Does it come up here?
No. No, we're getting tulips.
You've got what?
Your tulips.
Oh yes, and yes.
How come you've got two browsers?
I don't know. All right, perhaps go to somebody else and I'll try again.
All right. Okay. You want to?
I'll close both of them down.
Close both browsers and start again, right? Okay. So when you're ready, let me know. Okay, or maybe drop me a message or something. Okay. Yeah. So well, anyway, Duncan has got something to show. Maybe I should let Duncan show your material first, and Ingo as well. Ingo, have you got anything to show?
No, I don't this time.
Right. Okay. So Duncan.
What I've got today is a few recently acquired airmails, which is quite a rare event for me. I've not acquired any for quite a while, but one or two interesting things cropped up recently, and I thought they might be of interest. I seem not to be able to move my screen on.
We see your title page.
Yeah, I see my title page, but it doesn't want to go to the next one. I'll stop the share and try it again.
You have to do the slideshow.
Oh, I did the slideshow.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to press your cursor on the screen.
Yeah, I was doing. Got it right. Yeah. The first of these is a quintuple weight cover at the wartime surcharge rate. I mean, I've been collecting the airmail since about 1990, and that's the first time I've come across one of these. Left Hong Kong in March 1940 and was flown through to Poole by Coogee. There's a $5.75 franking, which is 5 times the $1.15 per half ounce rate. I'll keep looking for another, but I don't expect to find one. These are a bit of a puzzle. They're posted on the 6th and 7th of February. They're both endorsed by Air France. But the next scheduled Air France departure was not until the 10th of February. Air France only had one service a week each Saturday. The trouble is that Proud quotes the date it was timetabled to leave and not necessarily when it did actually leave. But there are black stamps on both these covers, and they're both dated 9th of February, one in Hanoi and one in Haiphong. which suggests to me that they were probably carried by Imperial Airways on HB 209, which left on the 7th of February. From March 1939, they had permission to collect and drop off mail in Indochina when Air France was given the same rights in Hong Kong. The rate was 25 cents by either airline. The cover on the left's a double weight one, and it also has the burfins of the Banqueville Indochine on it.
Duncan,
Yeah.
one thing about the cover to Hanoi, that 25 cents rate, it's heavily, obviously the rates were heavily discounted by then, but it's the same rate as the surface rate. I have a surface cover of 25 cents to Indochina, and also the airmail rate. It's an interesting anomaly. And just getting back to the previous cover, that hand stamp by Imperial Airways Service, is that a private hand stamp?
Yeah, I've not seen it on official mail or anything like that. I'm fairly sure it's private. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Very cool cover.
Yeah. This is a very short-lived wartime surcharge rate. On the 15th of April 1940, for some reason, Hong Kong reduced the rate to European destinations from $2.20 to $1.20 per half ounce. Unfortunately, what we call the Battle of France commenced on the 10th of May, and mail services to Western Europe was disrupted and soon suspended. In this case, BOAC by then, was still operating through southern France, so it was dropped off the cover on the 19th of May when Pasteur landed at Marseille. As far as France was concerned, the last possible mail from Hong Kong to be flown there left the colony on the 2nd of June. Italy then entered the war and cut the Mediterranean route altogether, and there was no further way of sending mail to France by the BOAC route. It diverted south to Durban and was then sent on by sea to Britain. I suppose it could then be sent by sea to Lisbon and into France that way, but I've never seen anything like that. I have a couple of other covers by the same rate. The top one to Amsterdam was actually posted 4 days earlier than the French one I've just shown you. But by the time it reached London, the Germans had already occupied Amsterdam. So there was no service, and the cover was returned to Hong Kong by surface. The 2 red bars were applied in London to indicate airmail had ceased. And it was received back in Hong Kong on the 6th of August. There's a return letter office CD on the reverse. The other cover is quite unusual in it's going to Hungary, which is not a common destination from Hong Kong. This was flown to Athens by BOAC. It was offloaded there and almost certainly forwarded by rail. Pre-war, Lufthansa operated a service from Athens to Berlin daily. But I've gone through the sort of civil aviation reports for the period, and there's no indication that that service was still operating. So almost certainly on by rail. There's a most frustrating arrival cancel on the reverse, which has been underinked, and the actual date part isn't readable. The time is it arrived at 3:30 in the afternoon, but that's all I can tell you. I don't know what date it arrived on. This is just a double weight cover to the UK at the wartime surcharge rate, but it went on the penultimate all-air service to Britain. The last flight was HB 241, which left on the 2nd of June. Then the Italians got involved. And the last cover is an incoming one. Primarily, the interest is the Irish stamp on it, the seahorse. When the Irish Free State formed in 1922, they made use of overprinted George V stamps initially until they brought their own in, and they used up existing stocks even when some of their own stamps had been produced. What intrigued me was the rate on it, the 2 and 6pence. I hope I've worked this out correctly, but the airmail fee was 2 shillings and a penny halfpenny per half ounce. So double weight comes to 2 and 3pence. The Empire concessionary rate, which the Irish could still use, surface fee, was 2p per ounce. So in theory, it should have been franked to 2 and 5pence. And it could just be that it's a convenience franking. However, problems did arise at times because the post office clerk saw the way the item had been addressed, which is to Hong Kong, China. And they've seen China and applied the UPU rate, which is 3p, in which case 2 and 6 is the correct rate if you think you're sending it to China rather than Hong Kong. Any comments would be appreciated. There is another cover in the next Argyle sale from the same correspondence with the same printed address on it, also with the 2 and 6 and so on. That says the extra penny was because it was addressed to China, but it says that because I actually suggested it to Maurice Porter some time ago, and I think the cover's probably his. But that is it. A few Hong Kong airmails recently acquired.
What's the cancel?
Dublin.
Oh, Dublin, is it? Okay.
It's Dublin, but it's the Gaelic.
Oh, it's the Gaelic
spelling.
Yeah.
Philatelic.
Yes.
I probably pronounced it wrong, but that's how it phonetically looks. Yeah. That's a nice receiver mark there. Is that the type M Hong Kong receiver?
Yeah, it's the bar on the back. I can't.
Yeah.
It's the type M in black.
It's quite unusual. At that time, actually, they put China after Hong Kong.
Yeah, but
because I mean, it is a crown, BC, British Crown Colony, BCC. You know, really, you just don't see too. Well, nowadays it's quite common, but you know, after 97, it's very common.
Yeah, I've got an envelope with a letter inside being sent to Britain saying, please don't put China on because it costs more. And that's 1937.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to stop sharing?
Yeah. Okay. Right, thank you. Sarah, are you ready?
Yes.
You are.
There we go.
There we go. Fantastic. Okay, recently, can you hear me and see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. A friend who's a judge recently told me, did I have the 12 cent on stripey paper? The King George V 12 cent, the 1912 one, multiple crowns CA. Now, I've never heard or seen a 12 cent on stripey paper. So I'll show you. This is the 12 cent, and you can have a look at the back. I mean, it's blotchy, but it's not stripy. I wouldn't have called that stripy. So I asked him where he found the information, and he said on stampworld.com, which is an online catalogue. And they say the 12 cent multiple crown CA has a yellow striped, that's how they spell it, paper. So I got online and looked at it. Stampworld.com, it doesn't even list the multiple script 12 cent. That doesn't exist according to them. And it lists the multiple crown one with this stripy paper. And then it even lists the 20 cent with stripy paper. Now, the 20 cent isn't even on yellow paper. So I think they're in it. So I looked up AI, or we looked it up, and they said the Hong Kong King George V stamps, particularly around 1914 to 21, were occasionally issued on yellow surfaced, sometimes vertically striped or toned paper. A key example is the 1914 12 cent stamp. And a bit more, he said the appearance, the paper is described as yellow surfaced, sometimes showing faint vertical thin stripes caused by the paper manufacturing process. Now, I wondered if anyone had ever seen or heard of this. In view of the other mistakes that they've made, I suspect stampworld.com don't know what they're talking about. But it worried me that a judge was looking at it and then coming back and telling me that I should have what this online catalogue said. So does anyone else have any stripy yellow 12 cent?
Stripy gum, you have plenty, but not stripy paper.
Yeah, there's lots of stripy gum, but I think that this is a victim of incorrect AI information.
Well, it's not only AI, it's this online catalogue, stampworld.com.
Can be copied from, AI.
Well, yeah, the content was maybe produced by somebody using AI to figure out his stamp. I'm guessing, I don't know for a fact, but there's some very weird information coming out through artificial intelligence these days. And that's not to say artificial intelligence is all bad, but sometimes when you use that, it's really strange stuff comes out. And this is the kind of thing that it looks like to me. But for a judge to talk about stripy paper of a Hong Kong George V issue it tells me that judge doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, I found it a bit worrying, yes. Because they're quite obvious mistakes there on the stampworld.com. And I hoped other judges didn't read or believe what they read on this too.
Sarah, there is in the introduction to the Gibbons catalogue where it goes through all the different papers that were used. It does mention and illustrates a stripy paper used during the First World War, but there's no indication it was ever used for Hong Kong. It's just
where's that in the beginning of the Stanley Gibbons catalogue?
Well, this is in the Commonwealth catalogue, and it shows stripes down the back of the paper, and this is when sources of paper were limited because of the war. But it doesn't indicate it was ever used for Hong Kong printings. It was just a general breakdown of the different types of paper you can find.
Is that the stripy paper actually? Is this the same as the so-called laid paper that you find in Russian stamps? They call it vertical laid and horizontal laid.
It looks as though
but they were printed sideways. So that's how the paper is made. You can see one part of it is thinner than the other. It looks like they got lines on. Well, you can describe
that's possibly where they got it from.
They call it laid paper.
Well, in view of the other of the mistakes they've made, I suspect this stampworld.com have just got themselves confused.
The AI is AI can't tell. I mean, they're not stamp collector, so they just search for something, on the World Wide Web, and then start deducing the information and put it all together. It's in a way it's very good. It's a search engine, but you must actually do further study and make sure that sometimes even they even got the dates wrong.
Well, I mean, they've completely they've completely omitted the 12 cent script 12 cent from the catalogue. Really? It's not in there on the online catalogue.
It's not very good, is it? Yeah. Oh, by the way, actually, if you look up you Google AI, there is actually a little provenance, a little reference to where they got the information from. There's a little icon right at the bottom right. If you just use AI. And then they it tells you where they got the information from.
Okay, I'll have a little look, because in my view, they've got the information wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a stripes is a kind of translation, maybe from a foreign word or something.
Well, they didn't spell it right anyway.
Yeah. I know.
What did they call it?
I noticed that you put this up on Facebook. Anybody reply?
Yes. No. Oh, nobody yes. Replied. One person did. Stephen Luke came back with the AI definition.
Yeah.
but that's also so
But you
obviously
never
no.
see any laid paper used for printing Hong Kong stamps. But this actually is a kind of chalky anyway for the 12th.
Yes, it's chalky paper.
Chalky paper anyway. So,
well, I mean,
Yeah.
20 cents isn't even on yellow paper.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Right,
you said
yeah.
you agreed with
Well, you
me,
tell them.
so
You
that's
write,
good.
you write. Look, why don't you write to stamworld.com and say they correct them? I'm sure they take your word for it.
I'd never even heard of stampworld.com
You can try.
until this chap told me about it. I'd never used them or seen them, so yes,
I've not even heard of it. But
yeah, now I know all about it.
Okay, I'll
No
take a
faith
look.
in it.
I'll take a look tonight.
Okay, thank
Well,
you.
thanks for sharing. Yeah, let's hope
Okay,
that
stop.
your Facebook might get more, feedback.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Okay, so maybe
Thanks.
I'll go to show some of the stuff. Okay, so I just talked about the little pictures on the right. Okay, all right. Okay, the first item on the agenda is just a little talk on the Hong Kong 1946 victory stamps. Sorry, I don't particularly collect the stamp issues of this period, but it is one of the obviously after the war, the Commonwealth issued a lot of stamps commemorating victory, and the Hong Kong one is a different design compared to the rest. Well, there are several countries with different designs, but the Hong Kong one is very special. Probably you know about the designer. Wayne Jones was in the POW camp, and he actually sketched the design with maybe I don't know, crayon or maybe chalk or something, and the initial design was shown. So I don't know who got it. It's in British Library or something. Had the original design, and then they used the design to manufacture the printing plate for the stamps. And there are two values, obviously everybody know about it, 30 cents, $1, beautifully engraved and printed in recess method by the Rue. And there were two cylinders used. Well, one for the so-called head plate with His Majesty King George VI and the Chinese letters and all the red ones, all the red color ones. And the duty plate, which is the $1 and the 30 cents. So the head plate is the same for both stamps. Okay, so this here I show cylinder blocks. Have you actually seen? I don't actually study this issue particularly. Are you actually aware of? Is it actually printed in two sheets, whether in a larger format and then chopped in the middle and divided into an A pane and a B pane? Do you know that? I don't know. I mean, it's if you see that, I can show you. There's the complete sheet. Where is it? There we go. Oh no, not here. Yeah. So this is the complete sheet, right? So I don't believe that this is the actual size of the sheet that the printer used. And if you look at the top perforations, it looks that there's another half on top that get chopped off and divided into two sheets. They must be printed in a bigger format than this. But anyhow, so would they actually bear two different numbers? Maybe one, the cylinders, and the other half being 1A or whatever, 1A and 1A or something like that. I don't know. Well, these are around. Complete sheets are around. They're not really, really, really scarce. But what I mean, everybody knows correct errors, and there's this printing. This is actually plate 4 on the roll 1 stamp 2. It is pretty constant. You can find this flaw on the 30 cents as well as the $1. So it must have been a printing flaw, maybe a scratch of the plate, printing plate, which is actually common for both stamps, the 30 cents as well as the $1. And you always find it at that position, invariably, for the both stamps. Okay, right. So our friend from the Netherlands, actually, Mr. Zitzer, he actually wrote to me over a month. We exchanged about 10, 15 emails of this interesting find that he has, which I actually coined extended wingtip flaw. Well, maybe he actually calls it error, but I thought, well, maybe it's not error, it's called flaw. So if you look at the normal stamp, the left phoenix, the top feather, is actually beautifully, if you blow it up, is beautifully line engraved, and it actually touches the white border of the top tablet. Okay, you can see it ends there. Okay, whereas his example actually shows what he says is the engraving gone beyond the white border, transecting the N and G and goes up to the top. This is actually his example, which he later and initially sent me a blurred photo, which I couldn't quite decide whether it's actually sort of some dirt or something like that. But this is he ended up showing me this quite clear example of his so-called extended wingtip flaw. And he also said he also sent 2 copies of the 30 cents as well. So which is obviously is a different plate. You see, the 30 cents and the $1, the duty plate is different. So why? It just makes me wonder why the flaw should appear on both. So now the thing is, okay, the top feather or the right wing of the phoenix, it should be the right wing, left wing, or he calls it right wing. But it's that way you can call it right or left. Or the phoenix extends at least 4.5 millimeters, so it must be this one, between the letters N and G of Hong, and he recorded this flaw on both 30 cents and $1. The 30 cents to a lesser degree, for example, this one is lesser degree than the $1. Okay. Now, there's several things we have to several questions we have to ask. One, is this a real plate flaw, or is it just a kind of aberration like a ink spill or something like that, or maybe some dirt got into the ink or something like that?
In American philatelic parlance, I would call that a freak.
A freak, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, several questions I put to him. Is this a constant or not? Can it be plated? If it's a plate flaw, it can be plated because it occurs in one position of the cliche. And how does it occur? So I asked him 4 questions, which he doesn't seem to. Well, I mean, maybe he hasn't got enough information. He hasn't got a complete sheet, so he could not tell me. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's the stamp that he really is very interested to ask us, as an expert in Hong Kong philately, whether that really considers as a kind of error or something, or as Engel says, it's just a one-off freak. Anyway,
well,
okay.
If it's a one-off freak, how would it appear on 2 different printings of 2 different denominations?
Yeah. Well, as I said, if it's a plate flaw, I mean, it's pretty incredible that because the 30 cents and the $1 is a different. If it occurs on the key plate, the head plate, I mean, it's
right.
understandable that it could appear on both. But if it's the duty plate, it's obviously right. 2 different plates. So why should is the probability of having it on the same position is anyhow.
It looks more like an ink smudge, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, and for the blow up, it does look like an ink splotch or a spill, or maybe the ink was too thick and it gets smeared or something like that.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
But I think it really needs maybe a microscope just to see whether it is the consistency of the ink is the same as this, or it's just some dirt. I'm not saying anything, without seeing the real stamp,
Yeah, it looks paler, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Browner,
but I think microscopic examination
perhaps.
is mandatory in this case to define whether actually it belongs to the or whether it was just some dirt at the printing printers, or actually it was acquired later time.
Would do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What came off.
So
I think a suggestion would be that he sends it for exportization to the Royal of London.
Yeah.
And there they have a VIA C8000 video spectral comparator, which can blow that thing up to any size you want, and it could also show the printing surface in 3D, and that would probably go a long way in explaining that anomaly. But the other point is it constant or not? So the constant part, how many of these have been seen?
One.
Unfortunately, I just haven't had time to go and look through my stuff. I'm completely absorbed with Boston 2026 now. But I think I've seen something like that, but not to that extent. Like the how far it protrudes above the design. I definitely have never seen that, but I have seen sort of a little bit of an extension into that top white bar.
Like the 30%, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely a curiosity, but if he wants to be serious about it, send it to the Royal.
Yes, well worth investigating. And I mean, with members, if you happen to see this presentation, would you like to go through your collections, or better still, if you have a complete sheet, and whether you can actually check every single stamp, whether you can find something like that. I mean, that would actually be fair to him of his the fine. So we go on to the next slide. Now that's all the items that he has with the extended. You see, he's got 3, but which is a little bit amazing, because this is actually a pair with a slight extension of the feather tip. There are 3 of them, and only $1. That's all you've got. I mean, I was a bit confused when he said he's got 18 stamps, but I think what he meant was he had 9 sets of 2. That means 18 stamps in all, and that's all the stamps that he's got with the extended wingtip. So anyhow, I think it's worth follow up, and members happen to have examples, do let us know. Well, anyway, I found this the complete sheets. They are available, from time to time, and these 2 are from eBay. So, but they're obviously too small. I can't really see whether there's anything on them. But if you happen to possess a complete sheet like that, do take a look and see whether you can find there. It also got some other sort of so-called freaks. I mean, I would say use the same the parlay that like ring flaws or some white specks or something, which it's not I wouldn't say it's not a constant flaw. Yeah.
I'll have a look at mine and see if I can find anything, but I'll need a magnifying glass.
It's best actually if you look at blocks and larger multiples, it's much more.
They are sheets.
Or sheets, or sheets if you have them.
We have sheets of them.
Or half sheets or whatever. A lot of them actually have been broken up just for the Chinese character flaw. There's a lot of them, blocks and flaws and larger blocks. All right, okay, so we come to the next item, which is a fantastic cover. This is a Jubilee. I would say it's a triple rate cover. Frank with a block of 4 of the 1891 Hong Kong Jubilee issue. Now the reason why I said that is well, I mean, you can see if you count the number of stamps, it actually is overfranked, because at that time the postage rate to UK was 7 cents per half ounce. So actually, if you add it up, it's actually 15 cents. So obviously, it was underpaid for a triple rate. Actually, is written here. I think vaguely you can make out there's a 3 there, and then of course there's a T mark, right? And although it says a photograph, I mean, it doesn't mean that it's obviously it's a letter rather than a printed matter item. Obviously it's a photograph or several photographs enclosed, probably one big photograph enclosed in envelope. That's why it counts for the rather shabby looking cover. Anyway, the story is quite interesting. This cover actually, originally, somebody actually from the UK actually wrote to me and showed me this cover. And that the person who shall not be named, probably the seller, as you know from the certain internet auction, it could have been the seller, or could have been something else. But he actually found this cover amongst some sort of deceased estate, some papers amongst the various maybe non-philatelic items, maybe photographs or something. And I asked him, obviously, knowing how much it fetched at the end, how many of these have you got? Hoping they would say, look, I got 3, and this is the worst one. But no, he said that this is the only one I've got. So that was, no, he did ask me how much it would fetch in an auction. And I did give him my honest opinion after looking through the previous auctions of similar, well, not similar, Jubilee covers, basically commercially used Jubilee covers, which I think went for something like say maybe £3,000 to £4,000. And then okay, well, he put it on the internet and see what kind of price. Maybe he's not really intending to sell it. I mean, he could have set a very high reserve, secret hidden reserve, and then just see how much is going. People are going to bid up. But anyway, to his real surprise, I mean, it fetched for £15,000. Maybe to at first one thought, oh, with that amount of money, one would have thought that it could be fictitious. I mean, as you know that, in the internet sale, people could set a hidden reserve. If he doesn't want to sell it, he put about £100,000 and nobody would ever pay that amount. So he would have actually got an estimate of how much that something is worth, and then still know, just basically have some inkling of how much it's worth, how much people are willing to pay for it. But anyhow, so the story goes that I'm sure that say maybe Sarah will probably know, because she's on Facebook a lot of times, and a local stamp dealer actually owned up that his client actually bought the cover. So therefore I concluded that the cover actually went to the stamp dealer's client. I mean, though it could be a local or could be elsewhere overseas. Anyway, so back to the cover. It's this link here. It's the China Philatelic Association. It's from their website, and it's in Chinese. The study is in Chinese, but it's actually the person. I think is Mr. NG. Okay. I think he did some research and he recorded all the Jubilee covers, including first day covers, commercial covers, registered covers, whatnot, rate correct, rate incorrect, and he recorded 47 covers, genuine covers. I mean, genuine covers. There are a few more fake ones, but the genuine ones that he recorded, 47 of them. them. And then obviously not all of them, maybe with a variety. But this one, as you note from the blog, we actually got a tall K. So I went to I looked up his list, and then I found out that these numbers that he's allocated, number 7, 23, 26, 36, 38, are all covers with a tall K variety in singles or in blocks of 4. So this is actually the only underpaid cover amongst, well, okay, the 40, actually he says 48, this is actually 49 that I know of. There's the 40s, cover 48 actually went to a Callagher auction a little while ago. It's a registered cover with a couple of stamps missing. So I think it went on auction earlier this year or last year. And there's also a new fine to Canada, I believe. Yeah. But anyway, so this is a very nice, new discovery. What the previous owner, I mean, he would really want to ask me 2 questions. 1, is it genuine? And 2, is it a new discovery? And I just gave him the answer. Anyhow, congratulations to the buyer, whoever it is. It's a nice item. Right, so we move on. Some ephemera. Unusual POW. Yeah, I know Duncan would immediately,
Yeah,
or maybe
I saw that.
If Richard is around, you probably, or maybe with John Tang, the likes of, or maybe Simon, they would really, wow, you look at this. Not non-philatelic, of course. It's a theatre poster, hand drawn by inmates, and also appearing on the internet, and from the Argyle camp. I don't know about. With this is not my period, so I don't collect this either the ephemera or the history of the POWs in Hong Kong. But anyway. Can somebody actually tell me something about this Argyle camp? No? Obviously there are lots of POWs there, and they would like to entertain themselves, so maybe they put up a show or something like that, and that's the poster, that somebody, a hand-drawn poster. Anyway, there were something like 6 or 7 lots of these the relics, and the other ones is the Hong Kong POW letters sent from the Roger Lambo correspondence from the Argyle Street camp. So there's all these papers. It's a little bit small to see what it's all about. It looks like some accountant, some letters and something. It just it went for a good price.
I think Roger Lamble became the secretary for the POW Association after the war, and a lot of that was correspondence to him from other POWs once they were back in the UK and civilian life post-war.
Yeah, there are other covers too, and then also
there were other items from the period, but
yeah. For those interested, please go to the certain internet site and then look through all the sold items. It's also a lot of the censor marks as well. Different censor marks. Plenty of stuff around that period. So anyhow, okay. So next one is, I think I probably talked about this cover before, maybe a couple of years ago, but it just keeps coming up on the internet. It was actually first sold about something like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 2, 3 years ago, and it's strange that at first it looks okay. It's a cover sent from Hamburg, franked with some German stamps, and then sent to Hong Kong, care of Colorwitz Company, and to a ship. ship the workers, okay, and so it was just like wait, just somebody sending to this Ludwig, this guy, and you know, for this letter, it's got a little manuscript redirected to Chefoo, and with the Customs Chefoo double ring date stamp on the back. So recently, I think it's probably changed hands for about 3 or 4 times over the last 2-3 years or 4 years. But anyway, recently it was sold again in April. This month for so much, you know, quite a lot of money actually now, because I think that a lot of the customs covers have the prices have eased quite a bit. But what is actually is quite interesting that I you know, this is not new research. This I actually studied this about over a year now, and I actually looked up the roots of the cover actually. So actually, it was actually carried by the Maraspo, the P&O steamer from Europe to Hong Kong, and it actually arrived on the 31st. You can see the marine sorter. The marine sorter is quite genuine. So this is a compound date. One is the departure date, and one is the estimated arrival date of the letter from Singapore. It's a Hong Kong. This is a, let me see, Singapore to Hong Kong. Yeah, Singapore to Hong Kong marine sorter stamp. The original idea was to have some Hong Kong post office clerks on board of P&O ships sailing from Singapore to Hong Kong, so that they could spend 3 or 4 days during the trip to sort some letters to speed up delivery of mail to Hong Kong, and then also to other places like China and Japan. So they sort the mail into bags and then ready for delivery in Hong Kong. And and obviously, you know, the boat actually arrived. And the interesting thing is, if you look up I can't remember, this is the Hong Kong Daily Press. I mean, the ship was actually in, this is the ship, you see. It was actually in Whampoa. So actually it stayed, this is just one, if you actually look at every day's paper, and the ship was still in Whampoa. And it actually has never got up to Chefoo at that time. So, so I'm pretty sure that this Customs Chefoo actually is a fake. So the cover is perfectly all right with everything, with the marine sorters, it's quite desirable. But somebody decided to improve on this value by putting a Customs Chefoo on the back. Okay, and there's also a telltale sign that I mean, if you look through a lot of the custom post, if you study the custom post cancels, the sharper it is, the less likely it is genuine. So if you look at how clear and sharp the c.d.s is, I mean, and it's not that blotchy. I mean, it just looks like a really fresh impression. I think that you have to be very careful with it. I mean, unless it's a first use, you know, first few months of use. Otherwise, it get clogged up, it get damaged, and then you get all the you know, little cracks and breaks, etc. And so I mean, this with such a clear c.d.s is very suspicious. Anyhow, I don't know whether actually somebody had bought it, or maybe the seller actually set a very high reserve, and it's maybe, you know, in 4 months' time it come back on the market again. You know, just you know, keep in mind, watch. Right. So the next item are these two interesting. The large WB, the first Western branch cancel, used nice so-called sock on the nose cancel on the 10 cent, and the very nice. I don't know, is that genuine? I mean, maybe Susan. We actually commented on the shape of the 9 of the 91 of the Hong Kong c.d.s before we actually start the meeting. But actually, Susan did say that the angle of the 9, the tail of the 9, is a little bit strange. Right. So could you elaborate on that, Susan?
Well, I've only ever seen it on those stamps with the SO overprint. I haven't got my album handy, but I'm almost certain it's a similar date that I've got. The index, like the letter A and then M. It's a mark.
Well, obviously
I have read in the journal from way back saying that there were very few dates, and it is known on those overprinted ones.
So you think
and nothing else.
You think this is a fiscal cancel, or is a postal cancel?
I don't know. It could be.
I suspect
the stamp was used
cancelled
as a
to order.
stamp. The stamp.
It was classified as cancelled to order, but I mean, it could be a fiscal one, I suppose.
Could have been. Yeah. But usually the fiscal one is the payoff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Does it look genuine to you? The overprint? It does look quite genuine, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it looks, but it's. You want me to go and get my album? I can go and get my album and look if you like.
Well, if you like, yes. No, I still got a few things to
I'll go.
Yeah. Okay. The Jubilee stamp.
Andrew.
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
I have this strange shape 9 on the 2-cent SD.
Oh yeah.
Also with this very neat central postmark and signs that this was one of a number. At the same time, it looks very like most of the Jubilee stamps that were cancelled to order, where you get that slight overlap from the one next door that was also cancelled to order.
It's the same date. March the 3rd. Or the different date?
It's not the same day, no. It's April the 9th.
April the 9th, okay. But the 91 is the same.
And funnily enough, in 2023, John Bull sold a block of 4 of the 4-cent SD dated April the 9th. So probably cancelled to order at the same time to the same person.
Yeah. This is less seldom seen, isn't it, compared to the 2-cent one? The 2-cent with the SO.
The 2-cent SO is quite scarce.
It's quite scarce. Yeah, but you don't see this often, I thought.
I've got 3 examples with that 9.
Oh, really?
There's one like that one, SO overprint.
Yeah.
March the 3rd, 91. So same style. The SD overprint, 9th of April, 91. And then the 7 cents on 10 cents. And that's April the 9th, 91.
Oh, right. Right. Good.
The 9, April 9th, is an ordinary 9 with the proper curved tail. It's only the year that has the straight line.
Yeah, that's the same as my April the 9th then.
The fact it's these dates, same dates that keep coming up, suggests that there's something strange about them.
Maybe it's a philatelic CTO. Somebody want to borrow a c.d.s from the GPO and Well, it is, as Adrian said, it's very very kind of Jubilee feel, c.d.s feel, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Right. Good. Okay. Well, back to the Jubilee stamp. I know that Adrian collect the Jubilee, right? Huh? So what was so
yes, I
special
do.
about
Yeah.
this one? I don't understand. It seems $550 seems a bit high price for a mint Jubilee, even a mint Jubilee with a short U. Is there anything special about this stamp aside from there seems to be a little crease with the arrow?
Now, as far as I can tell, that's just the standard short U.
Yeah. There's a little slice B as well. The B is a little bit. I think
the slice B comes with the short U. It's part of the same slice.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I could have a look
right.
in a bit more detail.
Yeah, right. Okay, please do. I mean, this I'm just quite amazed. Oh, I went for the set the actually this is obviously also sold on the internet. The seller actually didn't show the condition of the gum on the back. I mean, but somebody's obviously somebody bought it, without even seeing the back. So he says it's original gum hinge mid. So we believe that it's original gum hinge mid. But nowadays it seems that this seems quite expensive for even a mid Jubilee nowadays. All right, so.
Andrew,
Yeah.
coming back to the SO
Yeah.
stamp office, I just look at my record there,
Yeah.
and I had exactly the same stamp
Yeah.
with the same March 3rd, 91.
Uh-huh.
It is not the same stamp because the cancel is slightly offside as compared to this one.
Uh-huh.
But this is another record of the same cancellation.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it was most probably done as a cancel for to order in quantity.
Yeah, maybe the person had the large block and he just canceled all the stamps. You can see the overlapping stamps on each side, and obviously canceled a big block and then separated them into singles and. Maybe it's just stamp
because there is no reason they had all survived with the same date.
Yeah,
this stamp is a very elusive stamp.
Yeah,
and
right.
it cannot survive. You cannot have 3 or 4 copies with the same date.
That's right.
Make any sense.
That's right. Okay. All right. Oh, so maybe I'll move on to the next size. I can always come back there if you found out something. Right. This is something.
Just one thing, that western branch.
Yeah.
Sorry, that western branch it's a nice early date for that branch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's earlier ones I've seen, but the office only opened on July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the earliest known date is something like some date in August for western branch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's September 16th. That's a good date.
Quite early.
Yes, I wanted that. It's a shame it went for so much.
Yeah. But actually, you get something like 99, 00, and 01. I think. Yeah. Before you move to the But anyway, it's a very nice strike on the stamp. But everything it's good price for that. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we move on to the next item. Okay, this is a very nice cover. Unfortunately, it's not a cover; it's only the front. And I think if it's a complete cover, it will certainly fetch a lot more than the £131. I'm not sure whether my analysis of the rate is correct, but I believe this is it's a 22 cents rate. The 10 cents is obviously the registration fee. And the 22 cents, is it compute to 10 cents plus 6 as a triple rate? Now it was just off my head, I didn't actually quite look up in the books. But would that be a triple rate cover to Constantinople, which is a very, very quite elusive for mail from Hong Kong, and it certainly is the only one of the Swatow registered cover going to Constantinople. So it's a shame that it's only a front, but actually there are very few. I mean, for this type, there are 4 types of the box Swatow, and it's a little bit difficult to see which type this is because the lettering is not entirely clear. But I think for each type, there's only about maybe 4 to 5 covers known. So this is a good buy.
this is what Lee Scamp would call a triple banger.
Yeah.
You've got the Swatow registration mark and then just Swatow origin.
Yeah.
You've got the triple weight rate, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And you've got an incredibly scarce destination of Ottoman Empire or Turkey at the time.
Yeah.
So that's three fantastic features, even for a front.
Yeah. That's right. Anyway, I missed that. You know, I think I saw it too. So, but I think it was just maybe yeah. Anyway, okay. So this again, on the left you can see a vertical pair of 10-cent QV with a rubber cancel, F&LPP. I think most all of you would know what that stands for. It stands for Foreign and Local Parcel Post. It's a rubber hand stamp. As you can see, there's a bit of warping at the bottom end of because it's made of rubber. So I think that with repeated stamping, the rubber tends to melt or distort or whatever, you know. So maybe but it's nice. But what actually interests me is the bit of paper behind it, rather than the cancel. The cancel actually on pair of stamps or single stamps are not really you know, sort of rare. But you know, on that piece, I mean that pink paper, which is quite interesting. What do you think that would be? You think it's a parcel form? See, this certainly is not stuck on a parcel, because if it's stuck on a parcel, it would be maybe a brown paper or something like that. So it looks to me that the pair of stamps was actually stuck to a piece of a pink parcel form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, you've seen those forms before.
Yeah, there's a printed line on this left, isn't there?
That's right. You've seen those complete forms before?
Did the listing show the back?
No, it doesn't.
No, it didn't.
I know who bought it. Maybe I asked him.
Well, it wasn't me. I tried.
No, it wasn't you. No, it was somebody local. I recognize the ID. Anyway, yeah, interesting that what that red piece. I think it's a form. You know, it's a docket. It's a pink docket.
Yeah, we have seen pink parcel labels.
Yeah.
The pink forms though only came in like in the
you're right.
20th century. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, like most of the forms that I know of from the parcel post service pre-Edward were white.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, maybe it's from a pink piece of paper. There's something attached to a parcel or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's nothing behind it. Yeah, you're right. Because the pink forms, you find them in the George, mostly on the George V period. Yeah, but this is Victorian.
Yeah.
19. You can see, barely see the date. 1900 something. Right. Anyway, to the right, I don't know whether you know about this wrapper, newspaper wrapper. No, it's actually not newspaper wrapper. At first, I thought it was, but until I think this may be the God knows how many times that this been around. But you can actually see it looks like an envelope on the back. The seller actually showed the back of this one. It looks like just a wrapper with a newspaper or something, market report tucked inside. But actually it's an envelope. So anyway, it has a 2-cent stamp, which is a printed matter rate, and a Canton star index with an inverted MR, but sadly it's fake. So well, anyway, I mean, somebody bought it anyway. So it's quite interesting. Have you seen similar envelopes like that? Or maybe, in fact, the whole thing is actually fake. I mean, even the printing, that you could actually get it from just get some types and do it yourself, kind of job, printing job on the old envelope or something like that. I don't know, but the c.d.s is actually fake. I mean, it looks virtually nothing like the real Canton Star c.d.s. But it's been around on the internet for, I think, several months. But anyway, okay. I think the real, if it's a real inverted MR or something, or even MR in the year in the space of the year, it would fetch a lot more than £99. Anyway, okay. So I think that's the end of my presentation. Do you have any questions?
Sorry to interrupt. I'll say good night. It's after midnight here and I'm falling asleep.
All right, we nearly finished.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Night, Sarah.
Good night. Good night,
Good
Sarah.
night.
Yeah. Good night.
Night.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So good. So Boston next month. Everybody looking forward to
It's
it.
Coming down the track.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of gathering all the Canadian exhibits. Canada's a very large country, and they supplied us these giant envelopes that all the exhibits have to be placed in, which is fine. They're great quality envelopes, and they have the information really nicely set up. But getting them to the various people from East Coast to West Coast to whatever, it's a logistical nightmare. Not in a bad way, but just a lot of detailed thing. One guy, I'm going to meet a few people at a forthcoming show in Ottawa next weekend. Everybody's getting their exhibits to me in a different way. So the life of a commissioner in a country like Canada is very complicated.
I think in most countries except Hong Kong. Basically, you just call a guy to deliver it to your office.
Yeah.
How do you actually?
Well, in the United
Monaco
States
would have the same problem then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like Monaco, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, in the United States, they have 4 commissioners for each of the regions: the West, the East, the Central, and so on. So, that makes the geographic distribution a bit easier to handle. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. There's some fantastic exhibits going there. I'm so pumped for this show. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And Andrew, for the RDP ceremony, I'm going to try to attend that, but I can't find out any details about it, except that, when it'll be held and so on. But I need to buy a ticket to attend that, or how does that
if you
work?
Want to go to the black tie dinner, you have to. Well, I could invite you if you like to come.
Okay.
Would you want to do that?
Hey, I won't say no.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's actually full, but it's quite late. But I'll put your name down. I'll write to.
Okay.
I'll write to John, see whether he has any more places left for the dinner. But it's like a black tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, count me in.
Gary. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary's coming.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, he actually contacted me, and then I said, Gary Lowe would like to come to the dinner, and they said, no. As a recipient, you have to invite these people to come. They can't come.
Okay.
So yeah, fine.
Okay, so if you can get me a ticket, I'll pay for it. But I would love to attend that.
Okay, all right. I'm sure many people there. Charles.
Well, Alex is a friend too.
Yeah, Alex is a friend. Yeah. Charles Versh, you know Charles Versh, all right? He's probably going to.
Of course, yeah. Charles is a little bit feeling his age right now. Yeah. He's moved to a different city to be with his daughters. Problems. Yeah. He's still thinking he's going to go to Boston, but. If you see him, you're going to see his showing his age now, unfortunately.
Anyway, Okay, I'll do that. I'll write to John, and see. I think you should be all right. I think there should be still plenty of spaces left. Okay. Societies, activities. We don't have a Hong Kong Study Circle meeting or anything, gathering or.
We had a rip-roaring B62 meeting 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
We're getting more people to come. There's a local dealer. It's actually two guys, and they bring boxes and boxes of covers. So we had like 9 people at our last B62 meeting. Usually we have 5 or 6, but it's gotten very lively. So we're having fun. You'll see the report on it in the upcoming Hong Kong Study Circle newsletter. We are looking for articles. If anybody on this call wants to submit something, Joe is actually, he only had 1, but thank you for what you sent in, Andrew. And I've got one going. I'll have it done in a day or 2. So for the April Hong Kong Study Circle newsletter, if anybody is willing to put in just even a little snippet of an article, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. Maybe Duncan could put his findings in the study circle journal.
Yeah, like Susan, that irregular 9, that would be great. Yeah, just a short little piece on it.
That's been in the journal before.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Well, I can't provide anything for April. Andrew, I sent you that article I wrote for the Canton, American Philatelist.
Yeah.
That's 10 pages. But if you would like to reprint that in May or thereafter, the American Philatelist wouldn't object. So think about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe you have Ingo's address or email?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in touch. That would be great.
He's the head editor.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I mean, you could call me the editorial consultant or assistant, but
we are in the editorial board.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Duncan, some of those covers you showed would be cool too. You know, that quintuple rate cover, that would be a nice little, 1 cover piece.
I could do that, but I mean, the other again has been reported before. It's not new, was it? That short lived rate. It's just numbers don't come up much.
Yeah, I mean, we've had this society going for the study circle going for such a long time. It's really hard to find a lot of
new things,
fresh discoveries, new material, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so it's okay to have a little bit of repetition or extension of, earliest and latest dates, or, hey, here's a really cool cover I got. So, that kind of stuff is perfectly valid now that we're in
too many new members who haven't actually
mature phase of studying Hong Kong philately.
There are very many new members who haven't actually seen the older journals. I mean, there's got to be some guys who's been around for about 20 years, and then you get all this been written before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But although they could get full access through the website, but I don't. There's not many of them actually do a search. Go and do a search on the website for information. Anyhow, it's very, very good too. I mean, we have got to thank. We have Frank Young to thank for doing the website, which is a fantastic tool. But I don't even go through my old journals anymore. I just go to the website and dig out.
It's an incredible resource.
Yeah.
And also Philippe, our friend who's on this call, has contributed a lot of monographs and special studies. So, as a member, you get them for free. You just download them in PDF, and it's a great resource.
Yeah.
I I keep thinking I got to put some stuff on there, but I got to get past Boston first.
Yeah. It's a tough job. Yeah, I know. Anyway, okay. So I think if there's nothing ongoing, and we will record and I'll see you next month. Any other issues that you want to bring up?
Did you see my message, Andrew?
Oh, right. It's on the chat, is it? Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Understand. Okay. Yeah. Fine. All right. Okay. So yes, well, you're welcome to stay. I think Philippe has got nothing to do with our meeting to discuss, but we could we stop. Anyway, I'll just say thank you very much for coming, and we shall meet again next month, and yeah, okay.